This video was created and brought to you by ManageMax. We manage condominiums, HOAs, manufactured housing and apartment communities throughout Southeast Michigan. We're a growing company, and maybe we'll get to your area soon if we're not there yet. We create these videos to share industry insights with current and prospective clients. There will be an opportunity to connect with us at the end, so stick around to the end of the video. Now let's dive in. A homeowner puts up a graduation sign for their child, and your board faces an impossible choice. Enforce your community's no yard signs rule and look heartless, or ignore the violation and open the door for someone to demand equal treatment for their offensive flag. This exact scenario plays out in communities across the country, and most boards handle it in ways that actually make their problems worse. Here's what most boards don't realize. The moment you allow one sign, you've essentially allowed all signs. Courts don't distinguish between quote-unquote nice and quote-unquote offensive ones, the way community members do. When you let the graduation banner or sign stay up, but try to remove a political sign later, you're not being reasonable. You're creating what lawyers call selective enforcement. The parents celebrating their child's achievement isn't trying to cause problems, but their innocent sign becomes the legal precedent that forces you to allow content that divides your community. Most boards think they can handle this with common sense and good judgment, but what feels fair to residents looks like discrimination to attorneys, and that's where communities get into expensive trouble. Boards often try to document their reasoning for allowing some signs while prohibiting others, thinking this shows they're being fair and thoughtful. Actually, these records often work against communities when disputes arise. Every email discussing whether a sign is appropriate, every board meeting where you debate community standards, every decision to let this one slide creates a paper trail. When someone later claims they're being treated unfairly, your own records become evidence of inconsistent enforcement. The transparency that seems reasonable to board members can become the roadmap that opposing attorneys use to build discrimination cases. This is why many communities that think they're handling things properly end up facing legal challenges they never saw coming. Most community governing documents were written before anyone anticipated the current variety of signs, flags, and displays that homeowners want to put up. Your rules probably say something simple like no signs except for sale signs. But that doesn't help you when you're dealing with religious displays, memorial tributes, or seasonal decorations. Boards often try to create informal policies on the fly, deciding case by case what's acceptable. But informal policies create more problems than they solve because they're inconsistently applied and poorly documented. What seems like flexible, community-friendly governance actually creates the conditions for costly disputes. The communities that avoid these problems aren't the ones with the most detailed rules or the strictest enforcement. They're the ones with properly structured policies and enforcement procedures that account for the realities of modern community life. The challenge every board faces is that sign and flag issues aren't really about signs and flags. They're about balancing community harmony with legal compliance, property rights with community standards, and consistent enforcement with reasonable judgment. Most boards discover too late that their well-intentioned common sense approach to these issues has actually created bigger problems. The communities that handle these situations successfully have learned that good intentions aren't enough. You need properly structured policies and enforcement procedures that protect both individual rights and community interests. If your community is dealing with sign or flag violations, or you want to prevent these issues before they become expensive problems, the key is getting guidance from professionals who understand both the legal requirements and the practical realities of community governance. If you found this perspective valuable, we invite you to connect with us. Facebook viewers, like our page and follow us for regular updates. Feel free to message us directly with your questions or community challenges. Instagram viewers, hit follow and feel free to DM us with your questions or community challenges. YouTube viewers, subscribe to our channel and check out the video description for helpful links. Visit our website to discover our thought leadership content, books, and resources that can transform your community management approach. Whether you're dealing with the challenges we discussed today or other community issues, we're here to help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.